So the limit as x approaching negative infinity of square root of 4x squared plus 3x and then plus 2x. Because x is approaching negative infinity, so if you put negative infinity into the first part, you get infinity. And then, well, if you put infinity here, it will be infinity, but it's negative, right? So this is an infinity minus infinity situation. Again, we have to do more work in order to take care of the business. Notice that we have a square root, so of course, let's use the conjugate to help us out. So have a look here. I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by, all right, square root of 4x squared plus 3x and then minus 2x, right? So I just kind of switch that, and then of course we'll do the same on the bottom as well. So I will put down square root 4x squared plus 3x and then minus 2x like this. Now for the top, we're just going to multiply this out, which is not so bad. The limit as x approaching negative infinity, be sure you write this down just a few more times, it's okay. Okay, so we just have to square the first term, namely we get parentheses 4x squared plus 3x. That's all. No more square root. Square root cancel out. So we have that. And then of course we minus, and we have to square the second term, which is the 2x inside and square. This right here is 4x squared. And of course this and that will cancel. So in fact on the top it's just nicely equal to 3x, right? And now have a look on the bottom. Here we have the square root, and this is 4x squared plus 3x and then minus 2x. I just copy it down. Okay, keep in mind, on the top we have 3x. That's the only term. This is when x is approaching negative infinity. So of course on the top, we will have to care about that. On the bottom, of course we care about this. Square root of x to the second power is like x to the first power. And you have to do it carefully in this situation though. And I know there's a 2, right? Because square root of 4. But in the meantime, we also have to care about this. Because again, this is also going to give us x to the first power. So for the power-wise, this and that are the same power. So we have to keep both of them. Now, this and that, okay, this right here, we have to talk about a little bit. The reason is because x is approaching negative infinity. So right here, what we get is square root of 4 is 2. No problem on that. And then of course we have to look at square root of x squared. But let me just put this down on the side for you guys. Whenever we have square root of x squared like this, in fact, this right here is another way to write the absolute value of x. What does that mean? Well, because the output of the square root function is always positive. So when you cancel the square and also the square root, be sure the output is positive. That's why you have to maintain the absolute value, right? So like that, give the absolute value. But notice that x is approaching negative infinity. So you have to remember the piecewise definition for the absolute value of x. This right here, all you do is, well, you maintain x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and you have to negate x. Right? You have to put a negative in front of the x if x is less than 0. So in our situation here, when we do square root of x squared, when we cancel things out, in fact, it turns out to be negative 2x. Right? So this guy turns out to be negative 2x. So we care about this and also care about that. So now I will just write down things for you guys. This is going to be the limit as x approaching negative infinity. On the top, we have 3x. On the bottom, this right here reduced to negative 2x, and then right here we have another minus 2x. Right? So that's pretty much the computations that we just did. Of course, this right here together, that will give us negative 4x. And of course, the x and x will cancel. So finally, the answer is just 3 over 4. But that's negative. So negative 3 over 4. Just like that. So be really careful whenever x is approaching negative infinity. This right here, you have to do these kind of things. Right? So that's it.